I don't know how to start the episodes anymore because you said I couldn't use the
Yeah.
and it hurts me deeply.
Okay, look, when I'm editing, 'cause
Yes.
I'm making like a compilation of all of them.
Uh-huh.
I can't tell what episode is which because suddenly they all start with I'm like, was that episode 17 or episode 28?
You know, sometimes things happen and they happen for a reason.
like
And,
cue in the intro.
like, yeah, we should do that actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, deeply, we should probably really consider doing that. But I don't know, maybe we should just hold off. And then, you know what we should do? We should put the intro and then the outro, like, back to back. So that way it's just like, cue the intro at the end of the episode. You know what? So right now, cue the outro. No, that's going to take too much work. You know what? Cue the intro. Hello guys, it's T.L.B.P Brothers Podcast, also known as T.L.B.P. I'm Victor.
And I'm Adrian.
We're back at it again with another not vlog.
You almost made me do more work than necessary.
I know. It would have been really stressful for you, and it would have given you minor anxiety.
You know what'd be really funny?
Yes.
It's like they don't know we record the intro after we record the whole episode.
Yeah, I know. So we literally just take like an awkward silence and we stare at each other with our derpy faces, just being like, yep, this is the greatness.
And then he just jumps right into it. Welcome to Two Lambros.
It's literally silence, and then I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's go for it.
That's it.
That's literally how it's done. If you guys want to know all about the podcast magic, we won't tell you. Anyways.
That's too many hours of teaching.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
All right, so you got a topic this week, right?
No, I got 3 topics.
Okay, look. Oh, so you do have a topic.
I have 3 topics.
Okay, so give me topic 1.
Okay, so YouTube changed their policies.
You just came up with that because I just told you.
Yeah, quite literally. It came to me on a bright day, kind of. The light's kind of setting by now, but it's fine. Watch somebody be listening to this when the sun is rising, so they all tripped up now because they're
like
high last night.
They're on the other side of the world
Yeah.
and listening to this, right?
Yeah, because it's already like 7 a.m. in like Australia right now.
No, it's 7 a.m. No, it's 6. No, it'd be like it's like 10 in Europe right now.
I was saying Australia.
It's 10 a.m. No, 10 p.m.
It's already morning in Australia though.
Yeah, it would be already because it's 16 hours.
It would be if it was.
It's 16 hours, so it'd be like well, it's like 3.
No, it's already past 3.
Because 10 would be 4 a.m., right? Uh-huh. So then add 6 hours to that, so it's 10 a.m.
Yeah, so 10 a.m.
It's 10 a.m. in Australia.
It's 10 a.m. in Australia.
In case you were wondering.
Yeah, it was.
But because of daylight savings times, technically, it's 9 a.m.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like these time thingies, like they always mess me up, and then like people bring them to me, and I'm like, I don't what is this sorcery? Anyways, what do you want from me?
You were like talking like this.
Yeah, and they can't see that.
But I can, and it bugs me because when I'm recording, I have to adjust all the. Okay, look, I have to adjust all the audio.
You were
levels.
Literally doing that entire discussion.
I know.
With your head sideways and complaining to me about doing.
I'm gonna have to fix it.
You're a terrible human being.
Look, I want you to know that I do my best.
To do what?
When I edit.
Good. I would hope so.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so close. You even hear like the crackling of my like mouth, and it bothers me because I could hear it.
Yeah, is the gain up or something? Like I don't know.
I don't know if it is. Nah, that's the wrong way. Why didn't you say anything?
I cut it out.
Okay.
They didn't hear anything. They just heard snap.
Snap.
And that was it.
Crack-a-lack.
Anyway, what was I gonna? There was something I was gonna say, but now it eludes me.
YouTube's algorithm changed. Apparently now you can't even hum music.
No. That's old news. That's like since like 2018.
Okay, well I want to do it. I'm literally gonna upload a video and just. And that, if that's a song,
okay,
like bully me.
Rewind.
Yeah.
Look, they've been enforcing it since like 2018, 2017.
Okay.
But the problem is as long as it's not a copyrighted tune.
Oh, tune.
So, but if the song has entered open,
so the Marvel theme song, no good.
Yeah, that's definitely out. But
so the Avengers theme song, no good.
Can I finish saying?
What about the Spider-Man song?
Bro, I'm gonna slap you from across the table.
Do you got a chancla that's more effective?
I don't have one of those.
I'm just trying to support you.
I'm not a Mexican mother.
You don't need to be a Mexican mother. Just grab the wooden cuchara. It doesn't matter.
I don't have one of those either.
Go find one. I'm gonna buy as soon as I hear like when I get married and I hear my wife tells me she's pregnant. My first purchase won't be like baby clothes. It won't be a stroller. It won't be like the carry like thingy for like the car seat. It'll be a wooden cuchara.
Okay, so you mean to tell me you're gonna go buy her like a Latina mom set, like a?
I'm gonna go buy her slippers. I'm gonna go buy her the wooden spoons.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna buy her belts in various
look,
colors.
you can't just do that.
Yeah, I can.
What if
it'll be a
she-
great.
what-
it'll
what
be
if
a
she's not
great
Latina?
joke. What do you mean if she's not Latina?
Yeah.
What if she is Latina?
What if she's not though?
I don't know. Like I don't know.
See, like,
I
this
guess
is
it's
what
not
I'm
gonna
trying to
work
get-
out.
Like this one I'm trying to tell
I
you.
guess it's not gonna work out
Look,
for them because I'm probably gonna leave them. Just joking. I'm kidding. Future wife, if you're listening to this, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
imagine every non-Latina girl right now that we know that's listening to this right now. She's like, I just lost
my chance
with this guy because it has to be
because
a
of
Latina.
ethnicity. That I just eliminated like most of the
like,
population
okay, look,
in one
so,
foul swoop.
Look, a lot of people say you should marry your own ethnicity.
Yeah.
Not out of like being racist or anything.
Yeah.
It's actually because you both share similar upbringings.
Yeah.
And it's easier to relate to your child. For example, not that I'm singling them out.
It's an example. No one attack him for this.
Yeah, it's an example. If a white person gets with a black person, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But their children suffer a lot of discrimination, sometimes from both sides, regardless of what color they are.
Yeah.
And so do the parents. Like sometimes, some of the comments I've heard, like I met a lady. She was French Canadian.
Yeah.
So she white.
Yeah.
And this guy was Haitian.
Okay.
Actually, he was from the Dominican, but he was like Asian descendant. It's like right there.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
so he had 3 children with her. All of them were like really, really dark skinned. Like none of her children looked like hers.
Okay, so she was a white lady with black kids.
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember hearing so when I used to work at this like day camp. And when I was there, I remember I heard one of the like Mexican mothers, or I think she was from Guatemala, not Mexico.
Guatemala. Okay.
She was either Guatemalan or Mexican. I can't remember which one.
Something.
But she was like, there's no way those are her kids.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, that's so, like, I walked out there. I'm like, you shouldn't be saying that. And at the time I was a teenager, right? And she's like a full grown adult. So
Yeah.
it looks wrong already that I'm calling her out
I
on
don't care.
this.
I'd still call her out.
But-
If you're wrong, you're wrong.
But the thing is, like, also, like, she had just gotten to Canada. So, like, she didn't,
Oh, okay. She didn't
like,
know.
they're not used to these social norms.
like the interracial couple.
Exactly. Like, that to them. And also, she's, like, from this little town in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, like, she'd never really seen darker people.
Yeah.
Right? Or it's hard to explain, like, that concept.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen this before. I'm like, don't you have TV? No, we don't have electricity. We don't even have running water, my dude. Like, that's how isolated we are. But,
Welcome to Canada.
yeah, but...
This is what I'd
Like,
follow.
no,
with.
so I told her that, and she goes, "Really?" And I go, "Yeah, don't let her hear her say that, because actually she's fluent in Spanish." And the lady panicked. She goes, "Oh my gosh, if she would have heard me." I'm like, "That's not the point. The point is the fact that you shouldn't think like that."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're her kids. Great, awesome. Let's be proud. But then I had a discussion with her, with like the actual mother, and she told me that she gets a lot of hate from his side of the family because they go, "Oh, how do you know they're yours?" Like they don't know if like that's how do you know it's actually the mother? Like what if they swapped your babies? I'm like, that's crazy. And her family says the same thing to her.
DNA.
They go, there's the same thing they say to her.
Blood test.
They go, "Are you sure they didn't swap the babies?" I'm like, that's crazy. People need to understand that like, this happens.
any color can come out of like the woman if
Yeah.
it's the seed of the person, you know?
Yeah, but like, and so then the children, of course, so one of them, like his brother, is like incredibly dark, and then the second one, he's like a light skin,
Okay.
and the third one is like in between the two.
So like he's like borderline.
yeah, but none of them look alike. Like not one of them, like skin tone wise.
So they're all
a different skin tone.
they're all unique to themselves.
Exactly. But she was saying how like she finds it very hard going out with her kids because people will stare. Like they'll be like, "Oh, did you? Like,
Are you
she's- Yeah,
babysitting?
no. She's one time she says like when after she had her first because he's like super dark. She's like, I was walking around the mall and the lady at the mall, because I was like trying to buy him baby clothes. The lady at the mall was like, "Did you adopt him?" And I was like, "No, he's mine. Like I gave birth to him. He's mine. Like how dare you?" Like it's
I mean, I can see how she like thought of that as offensive.
Yeah.
But like it's a common thing.
Yeah.
In today's world, but it's still uncommon enough.
well, not
to,
just
to
that.
not
I
be
mean,
your
like,
first thought. You know what I
okay,
mean?
Also, mind you, this is 2012. It's like almost 10 years ago.
Okay, yeah. So it was norm, but it wasn't entirely norm.
Yeah, but also like all the older generation, like this is like,
Yeah, I know.
are you doing?
Any of like anyone from the older generation would have been like, "Oh, so you adopted the child."
yeah, okay, well,
Also, because like if you
like,
see
no,
that,
no,
if you
so
see
go-
that,
no.
you can't be like, "That didn't cross my mind that it was adoption."
Yeah.
because
Okay,
your first
but
thought
look-
will be adoption.
yeah, but okay, so look at this. So psychology says because of these instances, you're better off just marrying your own race or like having kids with your own race. Mind you, there have been some really cool things to come out of like mixing with races. Like we have like Asians with green eyes.
That's amazing.
It's really cool, mind you. Also, like, I don't know what it is, but any Latin Asian hybrid mix that like is just born is like the cutest baby. Like I don't know what they look like when they grow up because I've only seen babies, but when they're babies,
you're just there from for the first part when they're a baby, and then they just disappear.
Well, no, it's because I only ever interact with like little.
Don't make yourself sound like a weirdo now.
Like it's just like no, every interaction I've had with that mix, they were a baby. I don't know what happened to them afterwards. Like I didn't get to see them.
It was like a one-time meet. Hey, this is my friend, this is their baby.
Yeah.
And then just move on with your life.
Exactly.
But
they were like the
every
cute,
single time.
Yeah, but they were like the cutest baby.
Coincidence, I think. No, I'm just joking.
No,
everyone.
okay, look. So
Here's
an
the episode that pops off, and then it's gonna be like the creep with the brother.
The guy sitting across from him. I let this go on.
Yeah.
No. What was I gonna say? No, but often, like when I. Okay, so I've had this instance where, like, especially from like way older people. Like seniors, I've had interactions with them where they're like, you shouldn't be around little kids because that's like the old generation. Like only the woman should watch over the children, and like that's like a bad.
False.
I mean, that's like a bad sentiment, but that was what it was. You know,
I mean, as a Latino,
wait, let me finish.
Okay.
So, like, the man's supposed to work, provide, not interact with the children. The mother's job is to raise the children.
Yeah.
And this is like some like old school patriarchy type garbage that should just be thrown out. But I found it super interesting like the first few times.
Yeah.
Because like I'd be like carrying a baby and they'd walk over and be like, "What are you doing?" I'd be like, "I'm carrying a baby." Like, what's it look like?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Right? Like, and like, I mean, also like within our own community, I've had instances of this.
Yeah.
And they give me like the dirtiest look, like I'm committing a crime. And I remember this one time, I the mother stood up for me. Like the mother of the baby told me, but he's really good with kids, like better than most of the women here. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, I don't understand. And it was really funny because one of the other ladies in the group like turned and looked at me like I'm the one. She's talking about me.
Yeah.
Like it was cool. That was like, oh man, first strike.
Yeah.
No, but because all our life we've grown around kids. Like I've just developed that
the trait of being friendly with kids and being able to like know how to carry a baby properly, how to like interact with a baby. Like, honestly, I suffer of baby fever, so like I see a baby and I'm like, can I carry?
Bro, you're like 18. Calm down.
I know.
Take a few steps back.
I don't care. I really like. I want children. Okay, I want children. Like not now. 'Cause that's stupid. In fact that's not a wise decision for the child.
I mean, technically, biologically, it would be a good thing, but in the society you live in right now,
I'll be right
it's
back.
not.
Give me a few seconds.
No, biologically, right now, it would be a great thing.
It'd be a great time right now. Definitely a great time right now. In fact, I would endorse it. No, I'm just joking.
But societal norms stay no.
No, the reason no.
Well, actually, no. You're an adult now. You can do whatever you want. I mean, actually, you can't drink it in this country, so
just gotta go to Quebec. Anyways,
all the Americans have no idea what we're talking about.
It's okay. It's all good. They're gonna Google search what the drinking age is in Quebec and versus Ontario. Anyways,
And then they're gonna be hit even harder because they're just 21.
yeah, I know they're gonna be like, gotta move to Canada. No,
Let's go to Germany.
the like, see, because like right now is like the prime time to like, you know, go get a child, right?
Go get a child.
Go get a child. No, not go get a child, but you know,
He
go,
just like runs around in like the neighborhood. That's the child. Picks him up.
that's kidnap. That no, you
Just
can't
the
do that.
microphone.
You
I
can't
just
do
hit the
that. That's
microphone.
bad. Okay, listen. Let's not go the criminal way. Let's be civil here. Let's be
He's
civil.
gonna go scoop up children.
Let's be civil here.
He's gonna drive by a park.
Let's be civil
with the white
here.
van.
That I got free Wi-Fi. No, I'm just joking.
He's got like a PS4 in
Because
there.
candy isn't enough anymore. You need
he's
like
gotta-
it costs a lot more to lure children in now.
He's got like a
imagine-
PS5
imagine-
set up in the back of the van.
Think about this. Think about this.
It's like a
You-
full mobile gaming station.
Okay, listen. Kidnapping, like for the price the takes now has skyrocketed. Because before, like you could buy like a bag of candy,
At
you
the
know,
dollar store.
get the van, you know, tint the windows, like, and that's only gonna cost you like a few $1,000. Okay, to like no, not even. No, yeah, it's gonna take a few thousand because the van. But all you gotta do is go buy a van, buy some candy, and you are set. Now in today's world, you gotta have some kind of luxury van. Like you can't just be driving around like a white van. Nah, it's gotta have Wi-Fi. It's gotta have electricity. You gotta have water running. You gotta be able to have.
It's gotta
like
be an electric vehicle.
It's
gotta be
basically
eco-friendly.
It's basically an RV at this point. It doesn't even look suspicious. It just straight up looks like you're some musician like touring around.
You're a family man.
Yeah.
You travel in the city with your family in
Yeah.
your RV.
Yeah, see, like no cop would think of that as suspicious. Watch, there's gonna be some like weirdos writing down this idea. Oh man, that got dark real quick.
I'm pretty sure they
Anyways.
can afford an RV.
You don't know that?
That's pretty messed up.
Anyways, what was I gonna say? No,
So
but
you're
the
gonna
reason
go scoop up children.
The reason why it's not wise for me at this time is because I ain't got anybody like that in my life that I would trust with my children. Two, I'm not financially able
To support yourself.
to support. I
Tonight's-
can't even support myself. So
Can't even support tonight's dinner.
I can barely even do that. And then third, I am mentally not prepared.
Oh, man.
And just third, mentally not prepared. If it happened out of nowhere and like I was a father, I would obviously like step up,
Okay,
be the right man.
so look.
But here's the thing, never happened. This whole area of like me wanting children should just be cut out.
I'm gonna leave it all in.
Oh snap.
It's all gonna stay. No,
Okay.
because I want to talk about
Watch
this.
all the
I'll
girls
cut out-
that I know who have like some form of feelings towards me
I'll
are
cut out
just
some
all
of the
gonna
parts.
message me.
Look, I'll cut out some of the like icky parts.
Icky parts?
Yeah.
Like the kidnapping
Yeah.
and the RV?
No, okay. They don't know what we're talking about now.
No, but the RV was a good one.
Okay, fine, I'll leave
straight
that
up
in.
good.
I'll leave
the
that in,
part
but-
after the RV just
Yeah,
it's gotta
okay.
go.
Here's what I was gonna say. I've had this conversation with multiple people now. Like
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh, I like you," and this and that, and I'm like, also like as a guy, it's weird to be like, "I want kids."
Not to me.
Okay, no, it's weird because like that topic kind of comes up.
Yeah.
And then when you tell them, "Yeah, I know what I'm gonna name my daughter," they go, "What?" They're like, they blink and they look at you. They go, "What? Why would you know that?" And I go, Why not?" Like, I mean, haven't you thought of that? And like the thing with today's society, especially girls today,
See, like if
They-
I
they
get
want a
asked,
puppy. No,
I'm
they
not
want a
gonna
puppy,
lie
man.
and be like, no, I don't want kids. I'll be like, yeah, I want kids, and I'll just leave it at that. I won't go into detail
No.
of how many I want, what their names will be, and what their future
no,
jobs
okay,
will be,
so here's
and
the
how
thing.
much money I'm already storing for them.
Okay, no, but you're broke. So here's the thing.
Exactly.
No, so I've had.
But I have plans for that
Look,
already.
so I've had the opposite happen.
Yeah.
So I had this one girl like freak out.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Dude, that's messed up. Guys don't want kids." And she's like, "You know what? I don't want kids." And she just walked away. And I was like, "Wow, what a turn! Who would have thought?"
Yeah.
The biggest plot twist to ever occur.
The guy wants kids and the girl doesn't.
Yeah. How did this happen? Anyway, but I've also had the opposite happen where they go, "How many kids do you want?" Like I tell them, "Yeah, I want to be that one." And they go, "How many kids?" And I go, "Well, I guess that's up to my wife, but definitely more than one because I don't want a loner child."
Yeah,
Like
I've had this exact discussion.
Okay, and then I had this one discussion with this one girl where she she's like, do you know, like, okay, say like if it were a girl first, would you care? If it were a guy first, would you? I'm like, honestly, whatever
comes out.
Whatever comes. Like, I'm not out here like picking, the Y and X chromosomes. I don't care.
If you're trying to have a child, you shouldn't be expecting a specific gender. Yes, you can be hopeful, but like you shouldn't,
Set the bar.
because you might get disappointed.
That's what they got them gender reveals. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then then the discussion somehow became, what would we name our children? What would we name our children?
Oh, our.
Yeah, it became our,
like you and the other person.
Yeah.
What would you name our children?
Yeah. And
my first reaction would be like, I never thought of that.
Yeah, okay.
Sweetie, let me tell you, honey, listen, I've never thought about this. That would have been my reaction. I'd be like, babe, listen.
So look, so here's where it came down to, right? So then I go, I've never thought of that, but now that you mention it, I pull out a sheet of paper and a pen, and I go, would they have both our last names or just my last name?
Oh, they probably went red as a tomato.
No, wait. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And I'm like, you're gonna back off now. You gotta back. She goes, well, I would probably take your last name. And I go, okay, write down.
This was a heated conversation.
No, it was
literally. If I gave you guys 15 minutes, y'all would have come back pregnant.
No, so okay.
This episode. Just to preface, before we go any further into this episode is 14A. Just saying.
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
I mean, like, you really think a 10-year-old should be listening to this?
I mean, they're naming it by what I'm gonna name my children.
Okay, sure, yeah.
I mean,
go for it. It's not icky to them.
Anyway. I mean, parents have to
teenagers listen to this anyways.
Can I get to the point?
Snap. No,
what?
No.
You dropped your phone again, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I saved it.
Okay. Can I get to the point?
I wanted to tell you how I saved it, but it's kind of awkward of how I saved it.
Can I get to the...
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll write that down, right? She would take my name, right? Now write it down. I'm not going to say her name, obviously, because that's just...
We'll give her a random name.
No.
Felicia. Okay, go.
Dang it, you said her name. Gonna have to bleep. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, oh, dang. Okay, so Felicia.
It's like I nailed that.
Okay, so
anyway,
Felicia.
Why Felicia?
Okay, fine. Alicia. Okay, no. I got the best name. Ready?
Okay.
Natasha.
What is it with you and these names?
Okay, fine.
Forget it. We're not gonna name it. No, look,
I got it. Filomena.
Bro, you can't. Bro, you can't. You can't.
Go use that one.
I'm not gonna use that name.
You can even use it as a child's name. Go for it.
No, okay. So anyway.
How about this, Pepita?
Can I get to the point?
Queso Pepita.
I'm not gonna say that.
Queso Pepita.
Okay, so I write that down. Like, so you would take my name and I write her name down and I put my last name like right after.
Uh-huh.
And at this point, she's like, also mind you, she's like French Canadian, so she's turning super red.
So she's not a Pepita.
No. Can I get to the?
Okay, yeah.
Right. So she's turning super red and it's very noticeable.
Yeah.
But I'm like, we're just going to...
It's just full send at this point. Like, we're taking this to the bitter end.
We're taking this as far as it goes. I'm like, okay, so we would have the first child and let's say it's a boy.
Okay.
And she goes, yeah, that makes sense. And I go,
why does that make sense?
I'm like, why does that make sense? She's like, I've always wanted a boy first. I'm like, okay.
I'm glad my thoughts align with your mentality.
Anyway, so...
Listen, Felicia.
So I'm like, so what would we name it? Anyway, we come up with a name.
Yeah.
Right? And I go, how long would we wait to have the next one?
Okay.
And she goes like 2-3 years max. Mm-hmm. And I go, okay, well, that's not bad. Okay, so I'm like, we have our second. And then she's like, and hopefully it's a girl. I'm like, okay, so let's just say it's a girl. Yeah. Okay, we come up with a name. And we couldn't decide on a name.
Yeah.
Because the name she wanted was someone who used to be really close to me. I'm like, I wouldn't be able to, like, it's not comfortable to call your daughter after someone you used to like.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird because every time I think about, like, I say
the
my
name,
daughter,
you're gonna see the person in your mind.
Exactly. So like,
that's like wrong.
Yeah.
It's like how you should never name your child the name of your ex.
I mean, what if you got a divorce and he's got the name?
It's too late. It happened at the time.
I know. Okay. So we do that, right? And then we get to the third child and we go,
yeah.
Because I'm like, wait, why a third? She goes, actually, she's like, I want 4.
Oh, damn.
And I go, also mind you, my answer to how many kids I want.
Yeah.
I've been saying it since I was like, I think 12.
Yeah.
It's like how many my wife wants, but it has to be more than 1.
Yeah.
So like bare minimum 2. Anything after that is like, that's on you, sweetie. You asked for this.
Yeah.
So she's like, I want 4 kids. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, that's a deep commitment, but
here we go. But I mean, the process is fun,
right?
So why not?
The process is fun. It's the easiest thing to do, and it makes no sense.
We can't talk about this. We gotta have like a raw edition.
No,
where we just go deep dive.
We can't. Anyway.
No, I know we can't. Join our VIP. No, I'm just joking.
Bro, as a medical professional, you can't be saying that.
As a medical professional, can't be saying what?
That we're gonna deep dive anyway.
What do you mean? Like I can tell you details, like scientific details.
Okay,
I can give you facts.
Can I get back to the point here?
Yeah.
So anyway, so we finished doing this, and then I grabbed the sheet of paper, I fold it up, and then, mind you, I grab it and I tear it apart. And she goes, "What was that?" I'm like, "We just spent 2 hours fantasizing of what life will be together, and let's be honest,
it's never gonna happen."
No, I'm like, "Let's be honest, so we both know it's not gonna make it to the end of this week." And she goes, "Right." And this is the biggest plot twist. She goes, "You know what?" She's like, "I've done this hundreds of times in my head, like with other people."
Oh,
like,
okay. I was about to be like, "That's
like,
messed up."
Or no, because girls have this thing where like they'll like someone.
Not all girls.
Oh, most girls. At some point in their life, they had that instance where they liked somebody.
Try to imagine their name with their name. Yeah, imagine how many kids they would have. Literally recreate an entire life in their head.
Like all of it.
I did that yesterday. No, I'm just joking.
Anyway, getting back to the point here.
Every girl I talked to yesterday is gonna be like, "Oh my."
Anyway, we end up not talking for like a week.
Yeah.
And then, but now whenever I do run into her,
yeah,
it's kind of like that tension's there where it's like we planned our whole life together, like our whole life.
We planned our whole life together and we broke up.
Yeah. Well, we were never together. So.
Exactly, but like that's how it sounds.
But it feels like that. Yeah. Right,
it feels like you planned a life together, like you were about to get married, and then literally broke up.
Yeah, like it's super bizarre.
It's weird because you can honestly, if you do that, like that should be a good social experiment. I should talk to a few psychologists about this. But having a social experiment where you get two absolute strangers like first you'd have to like determine the type of people, that like based on like attractiveness, which is like a weird thing to measure.
Or you put them in a line and be like, "Who do you like?"
Okay, yeah,
and then they just pair off.
Basically,
themselves.
Like the swipe Tinder thing that we see on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and then you put them in a room alone and go. Plan your life together.
Yeah. No, and you just give them tasks.
Yeah.
So be like, answer the question of how many children, answer the question of their names, answer the question of
I cut this all out so they have no idea.
You did this to me.
They have no idea why we're laughing right now.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine.
Anyways, continue. So you put them in the room.
So you put them in the room, determined based off like who found who attractive. But like the problem is with the lineup is that did the guy find the girl attractive or did the girl find the guy attractive? Because like just putting them all in a lineup, unless you did like a table thing.
Or no, what you could do.
Because you're ruining the data by having them meet prior.
No. You don't have them meet. This is what you do. You give them like pictures and then rank them from 1 to 10.
Okay.
Like number 1 is the guy you like the most.
And then the most probabilities are the ones that work out.
No, and then you get the guys to do the same thing.
What if
you give them
I feel
pictures?
bad if there's that one guy who doesn't get picked.
Well, I mean,
you'd have to have a large group of people to be as accurate as possible.
So there'd be outliers, right?
Yeah.
Realistically, you only need like 10 people.
A little more than that, yeah.
Okay, so let's say 20.
Okay.
That way, 10 girls, 10 guys.
Yeah, there you go.
That way the data's like, anyway, so you tell them like, okay, here's a group of guys, rank them from 1 to whatever number. Say there's like 50 people in the study already. So you go rank them from 1 to 50. 1 being the one you like the most, 50 being like...
And then you determine what percentages based on each individual.
But there will be those instances where one girl said, he's my number 1, and he said, she's my number 1.
Yeah, and that's the gold data.
Exactly.
That's the gold data that you want.
Exactly.
Which is why I would say that you want more people, because I would just consider everyone else an outlier. Because then you have like people who truly found each other attractive upon just seeing. And then that's when you have all the questions asked. And the way I would perform the study is by having them ask these certain questions and then make them go on a date and then have like a supervisor on the date.
Right.
To determine like whether or not it improves the relationship, like their pivotal moment, or if it just goes on an instant decline because there was no prior relationship.
Okay, so there's a movie, I didn't watch it, but there's a movie I read the synopsis for.
Yeah.
Where like these two people, they go on like a Tinder date or something.
Okay.
And then
it's a Hallmark film.
No, it's not actually a Hallmark film.
A Hallmark.
It's an independent film.
It's an independent. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So it's an independent film, and so they go on a like Tinder date or something, and then they end up going back to his place. And the day she decides to leave, there's a lockdown. It's like a COVID movie. Like everything's locked down. She can't leave.
Oh man.
And she's stuck there with him. She had one date and she spent the night, and now she's stuck with him.
Oh man.
And then, and also, mind you, she's new to the city. She just moved there.
Oh,
She's staying at a hotel. She doesn't even have her own place
oh
yet.
no.
And then, so his job is to censor the internet.
What, did you want me to say something?
Oh, you looked like you were going to say something. So.
No, it's just trying to yawn without like expressing the yawn.
Oh, okay. Well, so his job is to censor the internet, mind you. So he sees a lot of like gruesome and like
bloody,
a lot of nudity.
Okay,
like
so blood,
nudity, insane amount of nudity,
and just vulgar.
Yeah. So they're like, one day she like walks in. So like he's not working for like a bit. And then one day she catches him working and she goes, and it's just like a bunch of like naked people and genitalia all over the screen.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you doing? And then she's like, oh, are you like, and he goes, no. He's like, this is my job. And she goes,
you work in the industry?
This is what you do. And he goes, yeah, I sense, and he explains it to her.
Yeah.
Well, in the synopsis, right? Mind you, but I think it's funny because I read the reviews, and at the end of like the movie,
yeah,
because I was gonna watch it, but I'm like, I just read the reviews and they'll basically tell me the movie. So I read a review, and at the end of the movie, they go their separate ways, and then like I think like a month or two later, they meet and they're like, oh, you know how you been? Is because they spent like months together. So yeah, they spend all this time together, and at the end of the movie, apparently she pulls out a pregnancy test. And that's where the movie ends, apparently.
What? You can't do that to me. I hate when movies end on the biggest cliffhanger. Like, what happened to the rest of their life?
Well, like, no, but like
I mean, like, it's I hate left for interpretation.
No,
movies.
they learn to spend time together, based throughout the movie, right? And that's really what it is. It's a love story, but not really a love story. It's weak at best.
It's like La La Land.
Oh man,
that movie.
That movie.
It enrages me how like they spent so much time together. They did so much together, and then they broke up, and then she got married, and then he got his dream. She got her dream, because dreams are dreams, and then it all ended wrong.
It all ended. No, I think La La Land is the perfect example of meeting someone at the wrong time.
Yes, they were match. They were a match.
It just wasn't the right time.
Statistical data showed match, and then the environment, the atmosphere of which they were placed in was wrong.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
it just wasn't the right time.
I know, and it hurts me deeply.
This will happen to you
7 times.
No,
in a lifetime.
No, it does happen, and it's really sad. I mean, love that could have been or not been.
I mean, that's just fantasy, though. Love that could have been. That's fantasy. That's straight up like, I wish I could have been with her, and then it didn't happen because you didn't do anything. You donut.
It's like, have you ever met someone who's like in love with someone, but they've never even said hi to them?
No, they're not in love with them.
No, but they think they are. Have you ever met
infatuated?
Somebody? Yeah, and they talk about this person like they know them, but they've never even interacted with them before.
Yeah, yeah, I've met people like that, and like I think it's interesting how the brain works, just in general, because you can fantasize an entire life with someone, and like know everything about a person that's never met you, and it's not that you're like being creepy and stalking them. It's just that the fact that your brain wants to attain that information.
Right. I don't know. I feel like as I get older, I do that less. Like I remember.
Oh yeah, because when you're a teenager, whoo, I tell you, trust me, I know. Your brain your brain is, but
I'm gonna have to cut that out because I could hear you mouth it.
No, you couldn't.
Anyway,
I want you to play that back.
No, I'm not going to right now.
Anyways,
anyway, I need you to understand. No, so, no, yeah. Like as I get older, I'm more realistic about it.
Yeah, I mean, like as you mature, you become more realistic.
Well, like
about
as an adult, I often feel like so pre-COVID, mind you, because I haven't been in any sort of anything really since COVID, which is super depressing.
Yeah.
But I think one of the last interactions I had with someone, they like you could tell they were interested, but like they were hesitant, and also like I wasn't really interested to begin with, but like also there was like a whole religious barrier because they were like Muslim. So like I wasn't gonna like, yo, hey, let's, like obviously not. But as a Latino, like no.
Yeah.
But you could tell she was interested and she'd be very flirty and all this. Anyway, getting back to the point.
There's always that though.
Yeah. Can I?
The flirting always.
Yes, always flirting. I don't like whatever.
And sometimes you don't even notice you're doing it too. It's just that you reciprocate
I'm always
the actions.
aware, bro. I'm always aware when I'm flirting. Bro,
no, you're not.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm telling you right now. No, you're not.
I took one psychology course at 19, and it broke me.
Again, you still don't. You'll never be 100%.
Okay, well,
so
let's say 85% of the time.
Okay,
I'm aware that I'm flirting.
70.
Okay, fine, 70, whatever.
Okay,
we can even say 50 if you want. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so then half the time you're aware, and
half the time I'm aware I'm flirting. Fine.
Okay, so that's what I said initially. What's wrong?
Okay, if we want to say that, that's fine.
Okay,
I don't care. Getting back to the point. So like most of the times I'm aware, right? But with her, I was like very careful, like not to flirt back.
Oh, he was being careful.
I was, because okay, especially when it comes to religion, I don't want to be the guy to be like, hey, like I'm never gonna follow your religion. Like I'm never gonna bend down and be like, I need to pray 5 times a day, or is it 6?
I don't know.
Moving on. Anyway, moving on. So we had that interaction, and then okay, look, we need to talk. So we went to this place. We sat down and we talked. And I explained it to her. Look, I'm like, I need you to stop trying to make this happen. And she goes, what? And I go, yeah. I'm like, I can tell you're interested, and I've known for months now. And she goes, you've known for months? And I go, yeah. And she goes, I didn't even know till like a month ago.
Oh, snap. So I knew before you did.
So I knew how you felt about me before you knew how you felt about me. Okay, great. Getting back to the point.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, I don't want to like put you, like make you pick over your family.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like I'm not going to do that. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to me. There's a lot of inner turmoil, and you'd learn to resent me at one point.
Yeah.
For it, right? So there's no point of this moving forward. But you said something very interesting to me. She's like, but if it were the other way around, would you care? Like if she were she were the guy and I were the girl.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, well, whoa, back up. First of all, you need to understand that as a guy in your specific religion, obviously, I would be looking for someone like you.
Yeah.
Right? Because, the religion thing and all of the cultural things.
It line up perfectly.
Yeah, it would be perfect. In a perfect world. But that's not the world we live in.
We live in a perfectly imperfect world.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I like to think I'm perfect. I like that. Anyway, so and like, mind you, those are very hard conversations to have.
Oh yeah.
Because as you get old, like, I'm sure if I were a teenager and I noticed that, for sure, full send, would have started flirting back, would have like all of it.
Yeah.
Like all of it. Like also she was not just like, and it wasn't that she wasn't attractive, because she was like very, 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 very attractive. Like so attractive, I walked away like almost crying. I'm such an idiot. I'm like, what? I'm like, I could have gotten her out of that. Like I could have been the guy, but no, like that was like, those are the things that as you get older, you have to be a realist about.
Yeah.
Like also some relationships aren't worth fighting for.
True.
Like that one, that's a losing battle.
Yeah.
That's like you're gonna be disowned if this goes anywhere.
There's like 3 or 4 things that have to line up. Like in any relationship.
Communication.
No, listen. the first one, because it's most of the time it applies to a lot of people, is religion. If your religious beliefs don't align, it's very likely the relationship won't work. The second one is politics. Political standing.
Are you a Democrat, bro? Are you trying?
I can't answer that question.
It says you tell me you're a Republican. Oh my! I knew.
I can't answer these questions on here. Anyways, so religion. Then, What'd I say? I already forgot. My
You
brain's
said politics.
politics. Your religion, your politics, and then
Your core
and
values.
and then your core values. Those three things, they have to line up.
Yeah. Oh, you said four, but sure.
Well, okay. Four. Four. What I was gonna say for four
Yeah.
was gonna be, family values.
Yeah.
Because you have your own values and then you have your family's
Yeah.
values.
Because your family thinks one thing, and then you're like, no,
Exactly.
I believe another. I'm an outlier.
Exactly. So if those four things don't line up, most likely your relationship is gonna lift off.
5 would be
And then-
expectations
Yeah. Five
of each
would be-
other.
Okay. 5 expectations. But if those things don't work out for you from the get-go, just abandon it. And as hard as it sounds, just probably it's the wisest thing to do for yourself mentally and like just in general. If those 5 things don't work out, then you probably shouldn't go into
Also,
it.
like, I think people make the mistake of trying to get into a relationship when with especially with people, like, this happens to a lot of guys. There are a lot of guys who will get into a relationship with a girl who is severely depressed,
Oh yeah.
like severely depressed. Like, they have like they need clinical help, depression, and they don't go and get it. They just rely on their guy, and then he gets like secondhand depression from her depression, and then they end up broken, and then the cycle just keeps going,
Yeah.
which is so bad. People who are
like it
people who are-
develops it doesn't help the individual because eventually they start developing connection anxiety.
yeah,
So for like they're already depressed, they already have their own issues, and then since they don't go talk about it and develop themselves, they
Yeah.
go rely on someone else and depend on them. And then
Yeah.
when the relationship breaks, it just sends you further and deeper into a hole.
yeah. It's like if any
I mean,
guy,
there's those few cases. There's those few cases where the guy is actually strong enough.
Yeah.
And I will say, yeah, there's that like those few times where the guy's strong enough,
Yeah.
and the girl's able to, work on herself during the relationship
yeah.
because the guy's
Well, like, but I think
actually
it's fair
doing
to
a
say
good
that
job.
this also happens the
girl.
other way.
Yeah.
Like, there are guys who are severely depressed, and then they'll get in a relationship with a girl and then break the girl.
Yeah, and that's a side that's not looked at a lot. Because you see a guy and you're like, nah, he's just gonna be macho, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like that's something that's really something that isn't like it's you can see it on social media.
Yeah.
Like girls are starting to put more about that, and like
Yeah.
the guys will never truly be like, yeah, I'm like depressed.
Like, I'm
and if
falling apart here.
if they are depressed, they'll say, yeah, I'm not depressed, but they'll be broken.
Yeah.
The hardest
wait,
words
okay,
you
look,
can
hold-
hear from a guy
Yeah.
when you ask them the question of how are you, if they say I'm all right,
Yeah.
those are the hardest words to hear from a guy. You know why?
Why?
Because he didn't say good. He didn't say I'm okay. He said I'm all right.
He also didn't say I'm fine.
Those are the hardest words to hear from a guy because he's going through the hardest time of his life.
Bro.
What?
I'm all right.
Bro, don't make a joke about this.
I'm being serious.
Okay. We can have a discussion about that after. Anyways.
Here's the thing. So I think like these things happen, but I think if you
How did we get to this?
I'm trying to explain this because this is important.
Yes.
If you meet someone, you like them, you care for them,
Yes.
great. The best thing to do in that situation, whether you're the boy or you're the girl or you're the person who's depressed, walk away. Walk away. You're like, great. Like, I care for you a lot. I like that you can talk to me and be open with me, but this isn't going to go anywhere. You should make that, like, you should.
Very apparent.
Yeah,
from
you
the-
should make
from the
that
get-go.
apparent. And it sucks. Sure, it sucks. And they're very hard conversations, even as a teenager.
See,
even as
like,
an adult,
yeah,
they're
and,
hard
like,
conversations
the
to have. But
thing-
listen, you need to understand that it's actually for your benefit.
Yes.
Because if not, you'll end up just as bad as them, or
You'll
maybe
get the
even
second
worse.
hand of whatever they have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you could end up worse than they do,
Yeah.
which is even worse.
Yeah. See, like, and the thing is with like society today, society's trying to make us be like, oh, you can't break up with somebody because they have mental issues. And like, okay, depending on the issue, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't just walk away, especially if you're fully committed to the relationship.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, like the mental issue occurs during being already in a couple. If it's happening prior to like you setting the couple up,
Yeah.
then like that's
That's an okay place to walk away.
That's an okay place to walk away because.
And to be honest, you should run, not walk. Run.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to say like, hey, it's not good for you, but you should know it's.
I think we should
like
preface. I think we should preface how we're not certified at all to discuss or even actually give advice based on these topics. These are just our core opinions.
Yeah.
Based on
our life experience.
Self experience.
Our life
experience.
We should add that to the description where we talk about our life experience.
Yeah. So don't take this as like it's 100%. Oh my gosh. No.
Anyway,
this is just
wrap up.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry to like tone it down for like all these people are like, oh my gosh, like
where do we go?
Where do we go from
what
here?
Have we done?
How am I supposed to go back to class if you're listening to this in the middle of class? Don't get back to work. Anyways,
go back to studying.
Yeah.
Finals are coming soon.
Anyways, guys, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Everything's always in the description, whether it be up, down, left, or right. Make sure to share with your tuna fish, share with your alpacas, share with your roosters, share with your donkeys. I don't care who you share with. Just share with everybody and everything. And make sure to check out last week's episode if you haven't already. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye.